Hello and welcome back to SkizzleCraft, everyone. I'm going to be doing some walking and talking. I've been taking a lot of clips, but my audio has been quite bad in those clips, so I get to walk around and show you what got done and what is still in the works. So, thing number one, I've been removing some of my farm stuff from upstairs down into the underground, mostly for melons, pumpkins, and carrots. Carrots because of the villagers as well as the pumpkins and the melons. But let's see, I have ways on, so let's go over to thingy number one. I have opened up this entire area. I didn't do it by myself. My neighbor from way over yonder, Odin, came and helped me clear 2 caves out, and then I did a punch through to the other side, and I still need to do some sculpting, but I decided that for the side that I'm not going to be touching, I would start putting these little houses in there, and these would be used for hide and seek. And going over here to the next one, we've got stairs that go up, or sorry, ladder that goes up. And then we also have a ladder for this one going down, a ladder over there that goes down. And I debated on using basalt to make this look like a petrified mining support. I don't know, I might change it out, I might leave it, but this is the thing that's going to cause me the most pain. I thought I would try stairs to see if that broke up the jankiness of everything, and it looks better without. It looks better than if it were without. So let me remove these just to show you what these look like without. And where's my other stair? Here we go. Thank you to whoever slept. Yeah, it looked. I'll do side by side somehow in my editing program. But yeah, it's going to be a pain, but I like doing grindy things like this because it gives me the excuse to listen to podcasts and so forth. And yeah, I did it over here too. If I do this for all of the caves, oof. I might only do it in this little wing here because there's not a lot of texture, but I don't know. We'll see. So going to, let's see, let's go this way. I need to punch more holes through, and I'll show you up at top some of the stuff I got to help. But yeah, found a new cave and started on the little twisting cavern tunnel, and I still have to light things up. As you can see, there are regrets ahead. But this is going into another area that I blasted. Kind of need to do, I don't know, I might do some more polishing, I might not. But I do want to put some stairs in, just some nice stone stairs. But look, this looks so better. I'm going to do some detailing to create like some little hollowed out spaces and holes. I want to kind of arch this better, put some vines in, maybe put some more moss. And then this goes to a big area where I need to do some ceiling geodes with glowstone, because this ceiling is very dark. Odin also helped me light this stuff up, and we found out where this cave connects to his base. So later I will have to go with like some wool of certain colors to kind of draw a line. And while I hate the magenta terracotta stuff, I think I better go with it because I got lost trying to leave his base. Okay, so going to the next big area, and this is this was my project of the week, clearing it out. And let's see. Whee! Oh, I didn't properly turn chat off. Oh well. I left just announcements. Okay, so going down here, I have footage of this from earlier where audio is corrupted, so I will show you this. So one of the big things that I've been doing is clearing out any spaces between caverns. So basically, if I have one tunnel in one direction, one tunnel in another direction, and they can connect if I hollow out the middle, I've been doing that. So this area had 3 little tunnels and one larger tunnel it connected to, which is this big ravine that connects with the lush cave up above, which I have thus far dubbed the pit. During this clip, I had more TNT blasting to do, and after I did some of the TNT blasting, again, my neighbor Odin asked me if I needed help with anything, and I said yes. And together, we hollowed out the last of it, sculpted things, and then decorated. Look at this beauty. When I hollowed this out, I had no vision of what I was going to do. I was thinking, oh, just do like a little lush cave type thing, or maybe some kind of weird thing, but this I love. The gold and the blues and the greens. Granted, my trees do look like those fake looking ones at mini golf courses. You know, the ones they just make out of the flat plywood boards. But yeah, this very much feels like this one cave I saw in a documentary on permafrost. And with the water usage, this very much feels like a permafrost cave that's being melted. And I will be adding more ice, more packed ice, more blue ice, just more of the cold stuff, more vines, maybe a few more trees. I might ask for help with the trees. I'm good at shaping the trunks. I'm not good with the leaves yet. But the really cool part about this is that we get to connect to probably one of the more scary parts of my base that's not the ancient city, and I'm just going to keep things off. But yeah, started on a little geode where you can run behind here and hide. I'm going to bring some more ore in and more ice and just kind of make things look a little bit colder in here. But behold, the lava lake. So we covered this with glass. A, because it looks good, but also secretly because I was terrified of falling in this. There's a lot of stuff I need to do in this room. I need to do some terraforming. I want to add some more of those glowstone geodes to the ceiling. Maybe using magma blocks as an accent. We'll see. I like having towards the end of the staircase just some magma blocks to make it look like, oh, this is stuff that's melted. But yeah, more deep dark. Because of course. But yeah, a skeleton had killed me here before, and I had made a mad dash with chests to put everything in, so gotta clean that up. I'll come back with a shulker box, and then, let's see. This is Odin's mining tunnel. So you can kind of see on the map. Odin is way more efficient with mining tunnels because I try to make mine curved to look natural. But yeah, this area, it loops back up, I believe. I think I see daylight. Is that daylight or no? Well, let's just follow the water for a moment. But yeah, there's a lot to finish in this area, but not as much as I thought there would be. I do want to add some wood stuff for like walkways, pathway stuff. Okay. Where am I? I know this leads back up to the very tippy top with the pit. Somehow, because... Oh, no, it doesn't. It leads to a different part of the stuff. Okay. Well, never mind, I guess, unless this goes... I'm going to get lost in my own base again. Yeah, let's not do that. There's a lot more goodies to show. But yeah, I've just been doing a lot of grindy task stuff this week. And hang on. There. I will get to some of the reasons why at the very end of the tour to update things. And it kind of goes into why my audio was bad. Whoops, sorry, kitten. Sorry, water kitten, I almost shot you. Okay. Let's see, where next? Let's see. I guess let's go up top and I'll show some of the farming stuff. Because the wheat fields grow. And they're going to continue to grow. But yeah, I'm probably going to do polishing on stream. I'm still trying to figure out a good schedule for streaming. My house is always rather noisy and chaotic. Yeah, looping around here. We have this portion, which I just mined with moss. And then, let's see. There's another area up here where I think I need to divide the stuff. So here we are back up top. So we were down there. So what I'm thinking is cover this hole and then make this area down here its own little space, maybe even blast through this wall and make this part of the permafrost cave area, because I've already kind of chipped and whittled and so forth away at the original stuff, and I want to raise this a little bit because I think it's too low. And then let's see, does this lead anywhere? No. So I think I'll come back with some shulker boxes of moss and tuft and dirt, or maybe just grass blocks, and just fill this hole in so I stop falling in it, and add little bits of ice like I did here. And then that's where we got down. And then up here I'm trying to create more holes, which sounds very weird. Blasted through this. I need to figure out what to do with... Whoop! I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Uh-oh. Okay, how do I get out? Dang it. Recording brain. Walking and talking. Not advised when a base is a death loop trap. You know what? I want to just put a light here, just in case. Yeah. It's been a few days since my last death on the server, and oh my gosh, I'm getting too relaxed. Okay. How do I get out? I think I need to just dig a pathway up. Ah, dang it. Dang it. Okay. Alright, so I have a bridge there. Let me out. Okay. Oh. I'm just going to leave my scaffolding. I have a feeling this will happen again before I remedy this spot. But yeah, these tight little corridors, they make me oh so nervous. Okay. Yay, freedom. But yeah, I've been working on blasting through here. And I need to take that. Because some of these tiny corridors I want to make nice and big and huge. And so it's like here, I think I'm going to leave this as is, maybe bring in a few ores to make things look interesting. But yeah, another way to get to that ravine, I'm working on the bridge connection, because I want to still use slabs to kind of spiral down into here and up in other areas. But let's look at the technical biddies, because there's been a lot of changes. So first things first, things are a mess. Things are a mess because me and Odin were getting zombies and villagers and so forth, and here's another place I'm blasting. Nowhere near done, but eventually my warden farm will be down there because I found a shrieker in a really nice spot. But yeah, technical biddies is that Minecraft carts or minecarts are everywhere, and my farms are a little bit disorganized. But that is okay because my triple plus spawner has gotten better. I'm going to take the shortcut. Wait, I want this hole. I'm eventually going to just make this one ginormous waterfall. But yeah, the underground lake needs a hole punched through to the ceiling. Maybe just a teeny tiny one, or maybe I wanna do a punch through. It's too dark for my liking in this place. Any texturing I do will be for naught. And I have a punch through here already, so I can realistically expand this. I don't know if I would like run the ceiling, like re-terraform the ceiling or something. I don't know. But let's go down this way. And I improved my triple spawner because I'm going to be needing a lot of string for one of my builds. I have a bunch of gravel and I want to do some texturing. Okay, doop. And I found more ravines this way, but I'm not going to show them today, I think. I want this episode to kind of be short, because I missed in recording throughout the week. But yes, the slimes are here. Hello. Oh, and I also have Jade. I improved my mods with CurseForge. Some of my server mates were saying, get Jade, get Jade. So I did. But yes, the spider spawner has now been included in the trio of spawner farms. Rates could always be better, I feel. As the map shows, stuff is still popping up on screen. So there's still more caves I have yet to find. I'm trying not to use the mini-map to find them. I'm just aware of, oh, I need to walk in this direction. But yeah. The Skelly farms have been very, very productive. I mean, I have so many arrows, I now have to figure out, like, traps using arrows, and bones are pretty okay. I always want more because I am mining with, nope, I'm mining with moss and I am building with bones. But yeah, extended on these, a bunch of those things. And now the upstairs. Oop. Hello, rubber banding. I thought you disappeared today. Alright. Did a little more blasting up in there. I'd like to do more. I don't know how I'm going to terraform that though. Many a servamate has looked at my fields of wheat with great joy. I wanted to go up over this hill. I don't know. I don't want to do terraforming of the dirt, but I think that I must. You can see my poor attempt at the tree stump and part of the living tree. I wanted it to be a full tree, and then I realized I do not want to be Iscal for this. I don't want to spend my entire time trying to figure out how to build a tree, how to texture it, how to put leaves, because as you saw with the permafrost room, I don't do good with leaves yet. So I'm just kind of building it like a stump where part of it's kind of rotted and such, but yeah. Putting a pin in it. I built my barn, and I have 3 skelly horses now. And I'm going to just pause for a moment. Your discretion. There will be a short, brief chat about pet death. I will put a timestamp on when I am done talking about that and just talking about the build. So, 3, 2, 1. So, my dog died. She was quite sick for the last week to month, and being the workaholic that I am, I spent the entirety of that time, sitting next to her, doing these builds, all the stuff that I showed where I was hollowing stuff out, using TNT, decorating. I was doing that with her next to me, just keeping her company in her last days. And this build here with the barn was what I built on the last day she was conscious. She spent Friday just unconscious, and then Saturday morning we found her dead. So I've turned this into a bit of a memorial for her, and I'm going to be putting some books with little messages inside. But yeah, let me turn things back on. In memory of Amaya Monster, the bestest of dogs, December 10th, 2008 to August 19th, 2023. And then I did a modification of Skizz's quote when his cat Seymour died of millions of good days and one very bad one. So yeah, I'm just kind of turning this into a little memorial. Like I said, I'm going to put some books in the other frames because my dog loved SkizzleMan. She loved it whenever I turned on the stream. Sometimes when I'd leave the house, I would leave VODs on for her. And she just loved the sound of just his voice for some reason. And it's very odd because my dog has always been in a household with women. So she would always get a little bit freaked out when there was a guy in the house. But for whatever reason, she loved SkizzleMan. She loved the sounds he made. She loved the games. She would watch them. So I just want to kind of make a little book and maybe put it here. I hate the asymmetry of this, so I'm trying to think of how do I make this beam look a little better. But yeah, I'm gonna write some of that info into a book so that whenever Skizz comes around for server tours and base tours, he can see this and see just the impact that he's made on my household and on my dear pupper's life. But yeah, I just want everyone to know I'm okay with this. Psychologically, grief takes different forms. So it's like when you're grieving a long-term illness death versus a sudden accident death, it's drastically different. You know, I've had 13 days to deal with, you know, this may be the end, but I've had a whole year of the knowledge that she wouldn't be here for very long. Last year, she started having muscle weakness in her rear legs to where I would have to pick her up and help her outside and such. So I don't want to be selfish, but I've had a year to come to terms with this, and it doesn't make it any easier. And I just want to say to people, it is okay to cry. Our fur babies are our family members, and anyone who wants to argue otherwise about the grief of a pet, send them my way. I will whack them with my cane for you. But yeah, Saturday I went onto the resource world and I just hunted for some very specific plants and flowers. I actually had my book of, let me go down here. Yeah, my neighbor came by with a name tag for me to name one of my dogs after my little monster. But yeah, when I went in the resource world, I was specifically looking for lily of the valley, poppy, and the blue orchids. These come up with a message, and if you have figured out that message before I put the meanings of the flowers and the colorations, applause to you. You are very smart. But yeah, lily of the valley is return to happiness in the Victorian era. Poppies we normally think of when we see veterans and such, and with my dog having been a few months away from her 15th birthday, I figured that's as veteran as I'm going to get in my house. I mean, she would pick fights with bears, she would pick fight with deer, coyotes. The fact she made it to 14 years, 8 months is incredible. And then blue is my favorite color, and orchids are my favorite flower to grow, so I actually got a full stack of those in my resource grind chest to scatter throughout my base. And then I just had to do daisies, because my dog would roll around in my daisy patch and come into the house just smelling like daisies all the time. And then just for a little bit of texture, I have that. So, okay, pet death mentions done. Let's talk about the build. So, copying a little bit of what I did over here and following some of the stuff that I had in my in my model resource world, I sort of came up with this. I have a little more detailing, but I don't want to do too much. I kind of want to leave this the way that I left it last Thursday. And then Thursday, one of my server mates let everybody know that there were more Skelly horses. I will be name tagging these, but this is the original one, Kun. And I'm thinking of naming this one Popcorn and this one after my dog. Popcorn was my dog's favorite thing, so it's fitting. But yes, that is sort of the server tour, and before I go, preview for what is in the next episode. Someone left me a bunch of TNT. So next episode, we are going to get blasting. See you next time. Bye-bye.